Is now the time to do Roth conversions? The answer is yes. All right, we're done here. My work is done. Markets are down 25%. I think the NASDAQ's down 35%. I think Russell, the small caps are down 30%, something like that. So between the S&P, Russell 2000, and NASDAQ, we're down between 25 and 35%. 10-year Treasury ETF is down, I think, 15 to 16% year to date. This is just year to date. So when the markets are down, getting crushed as much, as always should raise your antenna, your spidey senses to say, hey, maybe now's the time to do Roth conversions, because 100% it is. Now, I don't know your situation. I don't know anything about you. But so I did this video when I was at my hotel room, and then it got corrupted. So I'm going to do it while I'm on the road. So a lot of people say, yeah, but Josh, what if they keep going down? And I get it. That's the same thing. It's what if the markets keep going down? Yeah, then you convert it at a high. But just like with everything else when it comes to the markets, if you expect the markets to be higher in the future than they are today, then you convert. There's just no two ways around that. If you expect tax rates to be higher today or in the future than they are today, then you convert. Just no two ways around that. I'm almost done with everything in my 401k, which became an IRA. I got the bulk of my stuff is now in Roth. No, not the bulk, but half of my stuff is now in Roth. I was thinking about doing a final conversion like tomorrow, but I'm going to wait until, I got a huge tax bill already due, and I'm like dreading I'll probably have to go in debt to pay this tax bill because we put all my money that was geared towards taxes into my the addition that we put on, and I'm like, oh. So now I'm gonna have to come up with 50 or 60,000 bucks for the tax man, and I'm like, oh. Anyway, long story short, so because of that, I don't want to add, and I've already done a conversion this year too, and that sucks because when I did it, the markets were higher than they were today. But be it as it may, I'll wait till next year to do it again. I'm not, who knows, the markets might, I actually think the market will come back strong tomorrow. Today's October 2nd? Today's October 2nd, yeah. And so tomorrow, when markets open, I bet they go down initially, and then I bet they come flying back later tomorrow. That'll be October 3rd. I mean, I absolutely could be wrong. Hell, I've been wrong many, many, many times. But I can see a short-term dead cat bounce. Now, will that continue? I have no clue. Frankly, I just don't even care. I just don't care. Because in the long run, I do believe the equity markets will be higher than they are today, 100%. If I did not believe that, it would not be in the equity markets. This is just that simple, man. If I did not believe that the markets would be higher than they are today, I would, ooh, you better get over, dog. Yikes, that was kind of risky. Okay. Anyway, if I did not believe that, then I would not be in the markets. I believe that the markets will be higher in the future. When in the future, I have no clue, but certainly in the future than they are today. And as such, I want to take advantage of low valuations, because if the markets are higher in the future, that means the valuations say are low. That's just all there is to it. I absolutely could be wrong. I mean, the markets could go kaput. I don't know. But that's my premise. And if I think the markets will be higher in the future, then I want to take the lower valuations today and convert. On top of the fact that the markets are down 25%, 30%. If you factor in bonds, we'll just say 20 to 25% all in. I mean, it's a wonderful time to convert. Anytime the market is off 20 to a fifth to a quarter of your capital, it's a wonderful time to convert. Convert when it's low and come back strong. In fact, I did a video earlier today. What's that guy doing? Anyway, that video I did, but I had to. It got corrupted. I showed you that if you converted on January 1st, 2000, you could not have picked a worse time to convert, because the markets proceeded to go down, down, down all the way until the end of the first quarter of 2003. We're talking significant losses. I think S&P 500 is down 9 in 2011, in 2001, 22% in 2002, and Q1 of 2003 is down another 10 to 14% if memory serves. Anyway, so you were down, we'll just say for simplicity, 50%. 50 flipping percent. If you converted $100,000, so we'll just say it costs you $25,000 to do all that. By the time March of 2009 rolled around, you were only sitting on $43,000. That's it. $43,000. So you started on January 1st of 2000 with $100,000. You converted, thus you paid $25,000 in taxes, and you ended up 9 years later, March 2009, with $43,000. Fast forward until even today, when the markets are down 25% off their high, you still have $274,000 in your Roth IRA, completely tax-free. Completely tax-free. And that's having converted at the worst possible time. All right, so that right there, the longer term would just show you that after 20 years, you did just fine. Now, if you kept your money in the pre-tax, $100,000, it's worth $366,000 today. All right, so your conversion went from $100,000 to 75 all the way up to 275. I feel like I got my freaking my heater is on. I don't want it on, but I just checked the controls. It's not on. Heated seats. Oh, shit, all right, good. I feel maybe it's just the sun. Anyway, mumbling here. Sorry. So if you didn't convert, your $100,000 is worth now $366,000 today. And again, from 2000 to today, and that's after the 25% decline we've just experienced. We are experiencing right now. All right, but that 366 is all subject to taxation. The 275 is not. I would rather have 275 free of taxes than 366 subject. I just would. And so for me, even because I absolutely think it's beneficial to pay the tax while I got the money. Now, with that said, some of you guys have hired me. You're like, you said this differently. Yeah, every situation is different, man. Every financial plan is different. So, don't get mad at me when I'm saying in the generalized audience, they absolutely should be looking at Roth conversions. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not the ones got to pay their tax. I'm just saying they should be looking at it. If you've hired me and I've said I just don't see a benefit, don't sit there and say you told me otherwise. Every plan is different. So there's specific, you, and there's general, the audience, if that makes sense. A lot of times when people hire me, it's just as much of a benefit of doing Roth conversions. If you're older, I'm 52, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got many, many moons ahead of me, most likely. So by the time I'm 65, my goal is, even before that, but for simplicity, by the time I'm Medicare, I don't want to have any pre-tax. By the end of either next year or the year after, I'll have no pre-tax money anymore and ever again. And all my tax obligations will be behind me. I'll have paid the tax. Yes, a lot of tax I have to pay. You pay it while the money's good. That way you don't have to worry about it again. Again, my worst, I want my obligations, my financial obligations behind me when I retire. My financial obligations are a couple things. And obviously, it's going to be your mortgage and any debt that you have. Your mortgage and any debt that you have, and it's going to be your taxes. Now, you can't get rid of property tax, I grant you, but you can move to a state with low property tax and then maybe have a homestead exemption. So you're always going to have the property tax, 100%. But you're always going to have, you got food, you're going to have health care, I get all that. But the big obligations are mortgage debt, other kind of debt, car loans, whatnot, student loans, whatnot, and income taxes. And if you can reduce those things while you are making the money, that means you can live very, very light in the future when you're not making as much money because you don't need as much. I hope that makes sense. So right now, I'm at my optimal earning years. Now, will that continue on? I have no clue. Again, I'm willing to bet that it will simply because I'm only 52 and I do not believe the economy is going to fall a la Venezuela. I just don't see it happening. And as such, I will bet on the future that my income will be enough to pay my taxes now and that in the future I can live tax-free on a whole lot less income. That is my thought process. It could bite me in the butt, 100%. But the way to maximize that is to A, pay the tax on the front end when you got the money, B, do Roth conversions when the markets are down, and C, expect that the markets will be higher in the future. Roth conversions when valuations are low. Well, valuations are low now, and they certainly are. Relative to they were just 6 months ago, Roth conversions make sense. On top of that, are valuations low to where you expect them to be in the future? I do. And if I'm wrong, the worst thing that happened to it is I already prepaid the tax. Yes, I prepaid the tax at a high income bracket, but at that point, I'm water to the bridge then. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be 8 years, 9 years, 10 years ahead. I'll be saying, oh man, I should have paid all those taxes, but I don't have to worry about that either. Anyway, something to think about. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.